So today we'll continue the same chapter, that is conditional and iterative statement and loop. So today's concept is while loop. As I told you in the last class, there are two kinds of loop. One is the conditional loop, another is the counting loop. And yesterday's class or last class I told you about for loop, which is a counting loop in which we have a number of times, how many times our statement or particular statements will be executed, that will be mentioned in for loop. Whether we are going to execute 5 times or 3 times or 2 times, how many times we want to execute the statements. But in case of a conditional loop, until a specific condition is satisfying or until a specific condition is returning true, that much of time or that up to that time the statements will be executed continuously or repeatedly. So here in Python, the while statement or the while loop is used as a conditional loop statement. In the while loop, basically we have to check a logical expression or a condition we have to check in while loop, and unless and until that condition is satisfying, the statements will be repeatedly executed. Those are written within that loop. If we go for the syntax, then it is simply while within a pair of bracket logical expression. Even we can write down the logical expression without having any bracket also. Then the statements. Okay, this should be indented at the first indent, but this statement should be indented at the second indent, because these statements will be executed under the execution of this loop. So here what happened when we are executing this loop, this is not the complete set of the loop or complete statements. Those can be executed as a loop, because if you remember in the last session I told you about a loop control variable. The loop control variable is the variable which value will control the execution of the loop. That means according to the value of that particular variable, the execution of the loop will be controlled. That means it will be started with some value of the variable and it will be terminated with some value of the variable. In case of for loop, what happened, we have in the range function we have to mention both initial value as well as the final value, that is the lower value and the upper value, and along with that we can also mention the steps. But in case of loop, for while loop, we don't have those range functions, so that we have to use two more statements along with the loop statement. One is called the initialization statement, another is a iteration statement. In case of the initialization statement, that used to assign the initial value or lower value of the loop control variable or the starting value. We can better understand by the starting value of the variable will be mentioned with the initialization statement. Whereas in the iteration statement or the iterative statement, what happens, that value, the variable's value will be gradually increase or decrease to achieve the final value. And what is the final value? The value which is checked at the logical expression. In the logical expression, we have to check some condition of that variable, of that loop control variable with some value, and initialization statement which is written over that logical expression to mention the initial value of the variable. Logical expression will check for the final value. Then the iteration statement that used to iterate or that used to increase or decrease the value gradually, so that we can have or we can achieve the final value which is checked with the logical expression. Let's go for an example. In this example, the n is here. Whatever be the variable, n is the variable which value has been checked at the logical expression. So n is here the loop control variable, and the initial value in the just above that statement, one statement is written, that is n is equal to 1. Here this is the initialization statement in which the value 1 is assigned to n. That means the lower value of n is 1, and it will be go up to, or it will be move up to, or it will be executed up to n less than equal to 5. That means while or until n value of n is less than or equal to 5, up to that time the statements will be executed. Now what happened? Initially the value of n is 1. N less than 5. Yes, the condition is satisfying. So this statement will execute. After execution of this statement, when the loop transfer or the control transfer to the while statement for checking the condition again, at that time what happened? The value of n is still 1. It is not increased or it is not decreased, because we are not doing any kind of calculation with the n. So what happened here? Each and every time the value of n will be 1, and this loop, in particularly this loop, cannot be terminated, because each time is check the condition n less than equal to 5, the condition is satisfying, so that this statement will not this statement will execute, and again come to the while, again the value of n is less than equal to 5. Yes, this is an unterminated loop, but this loop cannot be terminated. For that, the iterative statement or the iteration statement is essential. How it is essential? Suppose after this print statement I am writing another statement, that is n is equal to n plus 1. Now what happens? The initial value of n is 1, while n less than equal to 5. Yes, the condition is satisfying because the value of n is 1. Print n, so it will be display 1. After that n is equal to n plus 1, so the value of n is increased by 2. Again from this position the control move to the while again while n less than equal to 5. Now the value of n is 2. It is less than equal to 5, so the condition is satisfying, so the next print statement execute, that is 2. Now value of n will be increased to 3. Again move to the loop. Yes, it is satisfying. Then it will display 3, like 4, like 5. After 5 has been executed, then again the loop control variable print 5. Then n is increased to 6. Once n is increased to 6, again the loop move or the control move to the while loop. Here the condition has been checked. Here the value of n is equal to 6. So this logical expression has been failed or written false. When this logical expression written false, then this much of statement cannot be executed. If any other statement written below that, that statement will be executed. So this is how the iterative statement or the iteration statement is used to help the execution of the loop. Now go for a programmatic example. In case of a programmatic example, suppose we have a problem now. Write a program to find the factorial of a number. So here first we have to understand what is factorial of a number. It is not factors. I am telling about factorial of a number. Factorial of a number means the product of each number from 1 to that particular number. That means factorial of n is equal to the product of 1 into 2 into 3 dot 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 up to n. So that is known as factorial of a number. Either you can write down like 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into up to n. Otherwise you can write down n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 up to 1. Even you leave to multiply 1, then also there will be the same result, because if you are multiplying any number with n, will get the same number. Any number with 1, then will get the same number. So up to 1 you can multiply, or up to 2 you can multiply. That doesn't matter. So what you want to do, we have to find out the n. Then n should be multiplied into n minus 1, again multiplied into n minus 2, again multiplied into n minus 3, like it will be multiplied up to 1 or 2. Okay, so for that we have to take our input. Suppose in the first statement we have written n is equal to integer input, enter a number. Here so simply I am entering a number of type integer. I am taking the integer variable, otherwise you can take any other format of variable like float and other thing. So integer n is equal to integer input, enter a number. So whatever be the number you have entered, that number will be stored in n. For example, suppose when you run the program you are entering n 5 for n, so n equal to 5. In the next statement, that is f is equal to 1. F is equal to 1 because we are going to multiply 1 into 2 into 3 or 1 into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3. The same thing both are happening. So now see the indentation. This is the first indent, this is also first indent, this is also first indent. Now after this, while we are checking the condition while n greater than equal to 1. Now whatever you are entered, you entered 5 for n. When you entered 5 for n, so this condition is satisfying because n greater than equal to 5. That means it is greater than equal to greater than 5. So this condition is satisfying, so that this statement will execute. The next statement is f is equal to f into n. Now value of f is equal to 1. Initially you have initialized value of f is equal to 1. Value of n is equal to 5. Now f become 5. After execution of this statement, f become 5. Now n is equal to n minus 1. So value of n now 4. Value of n is now 4. Now again from this statement it will return to while statement. Now 4 greater than equal to 1. The condition is satisfying. 4 is greater than 1. So again this statement will execute. Now what happened? F is equal to f into n. Now value of n is equal to 5 and n is equal to, value of f is equal to 5 and n is equal to 4. So the value of f now 20. Now f is equal to 20. Again n will be decreased. The value of f n now 3. Again move to the while loop. Condition is satisfying. 3 is greater than equal to 1. So again this statement execute. Now f is equal to f into n, that is 20 into 3, 60. Now f is equal to 60. F is equal to 60. Now what happened? Again the n value of n will decrease, so that now value of n is equal to 2. Still the condition is satisfying, so this statement will executed once more. So n 60 into 2, that will be 120. Now value of f is equal to 120. Now n is again decreased to 1. Now value of f n is equal to 1. So return to the while condition where n is greater than equal to 1. That means n equal to 1. The condition is satisfying with the equal to sign. So again this statement will executed, that is 120 into 1 is equal to 120. So that the final value of f is equal to now 120. After that n is again decreased, and now the value of n is 0. When the value of n becomes 0, then what happen? Again it will return to while loop. Here the condition is 0 greater than equal to 1. Here the condition has been failed, or this condition will return false here, because 0 is not greater than, not even equal to 1. So these two statements cannot be executed now. These two statements cannot be executed now. Next what happened? Come to the main indent or the first indent in which the print statement has been written. In this print statement, what is written? Factorial is equal to f. So it will be display factorial is equal to, what is the value of f? 120 will be displayed. So this is how the while loop works, and this is how you can write the program for finding the factorial of a number. Okay. One more thing, if we remove this value equal to sign, that means when n is greater than 1, when is greater than means it will first executed for n is equal to 5, then n is equal to 4, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 2. For n is equal to 1 will not execute. If n is equal to 1 will not execute, that means this statement or this calculation cannot be calculated. Still we have the same result 120, because after multiplying up to 2, if you are multiplying up to 1, then we will get the same result, because anything n into 1 is equal to n itself. So it is better for checking the condition as while n greater than 1. So this is the program using while loop. I think you can understand this program. So that much for today. Thank you and have a good day.